Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. I'm here at Weller's Self-Serve. First time in a long time. Here's a 300D, like my 4Runner. I think this was here last time I was here. Those pumps are supposedly worth a bunch of money, but I see people trying to sell them and failing all the time. Somebody got the injectors. That's a pretty easy sale on the injectors. I think you can get like 80-90 bucks out of them. I would like to get another set myself to rebuild. What's this, a Galaxy? Yep, that's cool. I think this is a like 66, 67 Galaxy. The Ford almost called it a Focus. It's a 65, shows what I know. STA. I remember these. I would have never thought of it, but I do remember it. It's another Galaxy. RX-7. I looked at one of these locally that's like full of garbage. And the guy's insistent that he wants, it literally looks like this. Guy's insistent that he wants 500 bucks for it with no title, so I see why people put LS engines in these. It looks really easy. There's plenty of space here. Probably not plenty of hood clearance, but JR doesn't care about hoods. Oh, what else we got? Cutlass. This looks like it was a pretty nice car. The Valeri wagon. If probably don't, because you probably don't care about F-bodies, but Dutch Guy's Garage is a local guy to me, local to me. He came out here and stripped a bunch of the interior out of this. Looks like it's got a 318 in it. It's probably like a 318 and a 904. This would actually, Aspen. Should have made a decent drivetrain for my Dodge. I have to think about that. I think about my Dodge every once in a while. Yesterday I pulled the Ford out of the mud and started to work on the transmission again. Let's run through here. Let's run through this section. So, conversation comes up again and again. What do you do while you're at it? Why do you do it? How do you know you got a good engine? This one's complete, so I would take it. Nobody's cut it yet. It's as simple as that. Is it a 4.8? Is it a 5.3? I don't know. I don't care. To put in a hot rod, and Adele would never abuse her vehicle anyway, but to put in a hot rod and go bash around, it's 03, so it's drive-by-wire. You know, not with Aaliyah in here. She wouldn't drive crazy with Aaliyah in here. E85. It's got flex injectors. It might even be, whatchamacallit, L33. It's probably not. It's probably an L59, but no, I'm gonna do my alphabet. L59. So it's an iron block Festival 5.3. It's a perfectly fine engine to get. The junkyard says it runs, it probably runs. It's probably in here for a bad trans. I would not take this one. Yeah, somebody's been through this. Somebody's beat on it. Somebody's hacked on it. I'd leave this one here. I try to find a wrecked one, but it doesn't always happen like that. Somebody took this engine and left the intake in the back. Look, there's one laying on the ground up there. Again, I love that shit. All the Oldsmobiles, I think these are like a 1 year only, maybe 2, because Oldsmobile went away right after the GMT 360 came out. So all of those are 4.2s, if you care. There's, like, if you're looking for a 5.3, there's no point in even looking at a Oldsmobile SUV. So this is an aluminum 5.3. It's probably from this car. I wonder if this is an SS. Yeah. Somebody came out here and this is an LR4. So somebody came out here and got the 243 heads and probably sold them to some idiot who thinks they're the best thing ever. This is brilliant. Abandoned. Right here. Look at that. I told you guys, I find these things literally laying on the ground. And look at that. It's wrecked. It's perfect. Quick tip on transmissions. This is a 2500, but it's a 6-lug. So there's a 99.9% chance it's a 4L60. There's the PCM laying in there. I don't remember. I always forget where they put this shit in the vans. Oh, it's right here on the door. M30, a 4L60. So. I'm going to take a good look at this real quick before I pass it by. It's an 862. It's a Yukon, so it's probably drive-by-wire, which I don't care about. They did cut the did they cut? Yeah, they cut the harness. But for free, it's a free pull. That's a bonus for somebody. I haven't built my engine stand yet. I had a subscriber, Heath, get me some engine stand plans sent, which I appreciate. But I haven't taken the time to build it yet. But when I do, that's what I'm looking for. Something laying on the ground, because I'm so lazy. That's probably the biggest. This place is absolutely jumping. It's 65 degrees. And these people are out here in force. There's people everywhere. But yeah, getting out here regularly is how you find stuff. If you sit on your couch and you call them, you're not going to get anywhere. If you call one place and they're like, hey, $4,000, don't just give up at that. Like, call more places. Look more. Go farther. You got to put some dedication and energy into this shit. Bad frame. 99. Hear that fender crunch? Crunchy taco. I do love tacos. This one's wrecked. Wood pull, 100%. Let me put you on pause and I'll bring you back. I want to go to a different section. So I'm back here in the import section. I like to take a cruise through here when I can. I feel like everybody's pretty well aware of fuel prices at the moment and what they're doing. My long-term plan, I'd like to find something a little newer than my 4Runner, a little nicer to drive, and TDI swap it. Or these came with a diesel engine also. I may be a little behind the curve. That's unexpected. I don't even know how these work. Anyway, I'm afraid I may be a little behind the curve on the TDI. but you know, I think the price is going to go through the roof. Fortunately, I have my 4Runner more or less done. It's down at the moment because I wanted to reconfigure the oil, or the turbo and the oil lines and stuff like that. But I mean, if I have to, I can pull the thing into duty any day, and it's 26 miles to the gallon. So, but I wouldn't mind having something a little newer, a little nicer, a little more power with the TDI. Now that I have the OM617 up and running. The problem with the TDIs is what happens to them, what lands them in the junkyard, is the timing belts break, and then the valves hit the pistons, and then the head is junk, and you can get around it, but it's a pretty expensive proposition. So it's something that I would have to do over, you know, months, years. I got a lot of irons in the fire right now. Like I said, I got the transmission to do in the Ford, which will also run on alternative fuels. I got that Dodge. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. So I got stuff in the shop. I'm trying to buy a tube bender at the moment. But yeah, I wouldn't mind another diesel swap. Or, you know, to get my Ford going. The Ford gets really poor mileage. I mean, even if it can run on alternative fuels, you know, 14, 15 miles a gallon isn't anything that I'm gonna hurry up and try to push out. So I think I'll head over to the Ford section. We'll go see what we can see over there. I think XJ owners are probably the cheapest bastards in the world. All the time on local 4x4 groups, somebody's looking for an axle, front, rear, whatever. You tell them there's 45 stacked up in the junkyard, and they're like, oh, but I was hoping somebody would give me one. But that aside, they do offer these little fuse boxes. They're pretty nice. They have maxi fuses, they have normal ATC fuses, and they have a bunch of relays. So you can get that, and you can get these little fans. They all have a mechanical and a little tiny electrical fan. So they're good for that. Let's continue. Here's a 06 Commander with a 5.7 Hemi in it. This is complete and uncut, and probably wouldn't be bad for my Dodge. They're definitely, I see more and more Hemis landing in the junkyard and staying. But of course, XJ, ZJ, WJ, people wreck these Grands like nothing. So I'm not in the mood to pull at the moment, but this is something I'm thinking about for my Dodge as well. I mean, since these are pretty easy to run DIY, I've like pulled up the schematics and figured it out. So I kind of sort of want to do that for the channel for content. And the Dodge, the Magnum engines are not that hard to wire for fuel injection either. They all only need like 2 or 3 wires, well 3 or 4 wires. It's kind of all the same. It's what I found since I've gotten into it more and more and more. But again, Hemis are just getting, look at them, they're stacked up. So, you know, they're getting really, really common. About as common as XJs in the junkyard. XJ owners are going to be in the comment section like, man, it's the best thing ever. 4.7. Ugh. Trail rated. When CarStar did my wife's Jeep, they took the cool JCR off-road badges that said mall rated and had a little picture of her Jeep. Didn't replace them fuckers. But yeah, if I can find a van or something that had a 318 or 360, because it would be 2-wheel drive, this would be also in the running for the D100 because I can take the whole drivetrain. But we'll see. I'm not in any rush on that. Here's a car, Hemi. These are a little bit harder to find. I'm surprised to see it here. Somebody told me if the water pump wobbles, that it's been overheated. There's not a lot of play in that one. The car Hemis also have the easier computer and stuff, and this one's all intact. So this would be a good pull for somebody. Off to Fords. So now my collection's complete and I have one of everything. My life is complete. I got a Toyota, I got a Ford, I got a Dodge, I got a Chevy. Got it covered. Oh, this is one of those, I don't know if you guys know, for like 2 or 3 years you could get an F-250 that was a light duty F-250. What most hillbillies would call a heavy half. But it kind of was. It was beefier, had more capacity than a this is an 05, somebody got the axle. It was beefier than a F-150, but not as beefy as a Super Duty. Here is a wonderful intercooler upgrade for my truck, for Marv. I might come back with the old Sawzall this weekend and grab that. We'll see. Again, it's hard for me to stay focused now. So many different things and so many different things I want to do, hopes and dreams all together. Oh, that's just a beam axle. This must be a 450. Or maybe those were TTB still. I don't know. Here's an Exploder 8.8. These are a great upgrade for any hot rod, half-ton truck, Jeep. Let's see. Body trans D4. I believe that's the 410 axle code with disc brakes. It might be 373s. But when it has a letter and a number, it's got the track lock in it. So that's cool. This is the bigger 975 like I have in Darrell. Well, I guess that's it, guys. I'm gonna go eat some barbecue, and I hope you enjoyed this long overdue walk through the junkyard. Somebody probably misses that thing right about now, but thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on the Right Away Engineer. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll go from there.